at UPSC CSE with Siddhi Bangard. So today there's a problem with the electricity. So the entire area electricity is down due to some repair work for monsoon. But I'm clearly audible and visible. If there's a problem with the audibility or visibility, please let me know. All right, with that, folks, good morning and we'll start. Okay, so briefly about me, I'm Siddhi Bangard, your friend, educator, and mentor with Unacademy. So let's crack it. Okay, folks. So I have 3 years of teaching experience and I graduated from BIT Mesra. I appeared for 4 mains and interviews. I also appeared for RBI Grade B, both prelims and mains. Then qualified CAT, SAT and other MBA exams and did my MBA in HR from XLRI, Jamshedpur. So a very good morning to all of you. Please let me know who all are there as of now. Hi Afreen. Hi Hemant. Good morning. Good morning. Nice to see you guys here. So what happened to the other people? They're still sleeping at 11 a.m. in the morning or are they enjoying the night after Janmashtami? Good morning, Ram. So who else is there, folks? By the way, let me know. Am I audible and visible? Is everything perfect? All right, Hemant. Good to know that. Okay, I hope I'm audible and visible. There might be a certain problem with the visibility. It might be a little dark here because there's no electricity today in the entire area. So, but I didn't want to cancel the class. All right. Hi, Supriya. Good morning. Okay. So, briefly about Unacademy. At Unacademy, you get daily live classes. And in fact, most of you have come to my classes at 8:30 p.m. in the evening. So, you can directly chat with me there. Unlike here where there's a little lag, there's no lag on the Unacademy platform. So, that's the beauty of it. So, it's like a normal class going on. Yes. Good morning, everyone. And great, Afreen. Live test and quizzes. So that means after every 3 sessions, you have a live test and quizzes. In fact, as of now, we are running a prelims test series. So I'm running it both on Unacademy and on YouTube. On YouTube, we do both the static and the prelims question, the current affairs. And on Unacademy, I'm only taking the current affairs part of it. Then next comes is the structured courses. So all our courses are structured in line with the UPSC syllabus, and one Unacademy subscription gives you the benefit of watching the live or the recorded any of the courses that are there on Unacademy platform under the UPSC CSE category. And the most brilliant is our Unacademy iconic platform where you can directly communicate with your mentor. So you will be assigned a personal mentor whom you can communicate on WhatsApp, Telegram, whatever way you want to communicate, because that mentor is just for you to help you navigate the entire UPSC journey starting from prelims till your final interviews. So it is both for the freshers or the repeat aspirants and those who are future aspirants of UPSC. It is a program for everyone and a very unique one because never ever have we had a program wherein a person is particularly assigned completely to your needs who will be there to mentor you throughout. Okay, so how does this person help you? He tells you more about the exam, makes you understand the entire process, helps you with the optionals, helps you with understanding the GK part of it, cracking the current affairs, helps you writing good answers, filling out the detailed application form, which is your one-page resume that goes in the interviews, and helps you with the personality development for interviews. So under our plus subscription, 1 year fee is 44,000, which comes down to 39,600 if you use my code SBUS. For a 2 year plus subscription, it is 64,000, which comes down to 57,600 if you use my code SBUS. And for the iconic, the 2 year fee is 99,000, which comes down to 89,000 if you use my code SBUS because you get an instant 10% off. In fact, you can use my code SBUS for any course under the UPSC CSE category to get you an additional discount of 10%. And coming to the 12-month iconic subscription, it is for 64,000, which comes down to less than 58,000. Again, if you use my code SBUS, which gives you a 10% off. With that, folks, so under the iconic, you have the benefits of plus. That means live classes, test series, unlimited practice, and a structured schedule. Additionally, you have a personal coach, daily mains Q&A practice, study planner, personalized feedback. That means a complete solution to all your needs for UPSC. So choose wisely, choose Unacademy and choose iconic. Please use my code SBUS to get an instant 10% off on any of the UPSC CSE subscriptions on Unacademy. With that, folks, we'll begin today's session. Good morning, everyone. So who is there? Let me just see. Supriya, Sujit, Hemant, some study time, guy or girl, I don't know. Afri, Naveen, Shantini, Ganga, very good. And Gayatri are there. Anybody else? Have I missed out the name of anybody else? Ram is also there, right? Okay. So if I've missed out anybody's name, please let me know. Now we'll begin our session. So the ground rules, all of you know, feel free to be wrong here. You can be as wrong as you want. I will scold you for silly mistakes, but I'll be there to pick you up as well. All right. Good morning, Joel. I think you're new to my class, right? Also, don't be sad if you make mistakes. It is okay. We are here to make mistakes only. Remember your mistakes as well as where you did well and replicate where you did well. That's the whole idea of the class. Hi, Gurpreet. Nice to see you. Hi, Harika. Great, guys. Good morning, Abhijit. I think all of you are new to my class except for Gurpreet, Joel, Harika and Abhijit. All are new to my class, right? So the ground rules are 30 seconds to read the question or 25 to 30 seconds to read the question and 30 seconds to answer, except for the rapid fire round. And today you're really gonna enjoy the rapid fire round. It's a little bit tough today. Okay, good morning, Nabanita. I think you're from Assam. Are you, Nabanita? And most importantly, it's a session after Janmashtami, so you must have slept late yesterday night. And either ways, my morning sessions are supposed to be enjoyable so that your entire day, you're very high on energy. That's the whole idea of this series, to prepare while enjoying the entire session. So I believe that you improve each day. You also believe that you improve each day, and let's do it together. So let's start. Yes, Abhijit, I know you're new. I know all my students. So we'll start with the monthly 5. They're all the happenings that have happened in the month of August or very latest in the fag end of July. All right. Yes, you're from Assam. So how's the flood situation there, Nabanita? Question number 1 on your screens. 20 seconds to read and 30 seconds to answer. So I will switch on the timer after 20 seconds. All right. And you can answer in the chat. Good morning, Nandu. So if anybody comes in, please introduce yourself so that I'll know who's there in the class. And if you leave, please let me know. Don't leave in between. Maintain the decorum of the class. You improved, Nabanita. You have been attending my sessions or what? Okay. So yes, all of you are correct. It's option number B. Very good. It was an easy one. So I thought let's start with an easy one. So since all of these have been in news as of now, the rubella vaccines, hemophilia, poliomyelitis, because recently cases have been observed, common cold related to corona nonetheless. So yes, hemophilia is a genetic disorder. All right. And with the common cold, actually it can be caused by more than one viruses. So it's very difficult to form a vaccine. Otherwise, trust me, if there was a vaccine for common cold, I for one would be the happiest because I really catch cold very fast. So all of you are correct. The correct answer is B. Dengue, rubella, poliomyelitis are vaccine preventable diseases. In fact, your WHO has listed 27 diseases for which vaccines are available. They are cholera, dengue, diphtheria, Haemophilus influenza type B, hepatitis A, B, E, human papilloma virus, that is the one for cervical cancer, all right? And in fact, women above 30, so all of whom who are here and who are above 30 or in the age group of 25 to 30, they should get checked for human papilloma virus. Cervical cancer and breast cancer are one of the leading causes of diseases in women and leading causes of death in women. In fact, I recently got checked for human papilloma virus in Chennai. Influenza, Japanese encephalitis, it is very common in UP. Malaria, measles, meningococcal disease, mumps, pneumococcal disease, pertussis, poliomyelitis or polio, rabies, rotavirus, gastroenteritis. We also have the rotovac vaccine which has been developed by the joint collaboration of US and India. Rubella, tetanus, everybody knows. Tick-borne encephalitis, TB, we all know. India has a huge program running on it. Typhoid, varicella, yellow fever, and shingles is herpes. It's a sexually transmitted disease. If you want to know more about it, watch Big Bang Theory, and they'll talk a lot about this disease. All right. So let's move on to the next question for today. This is a little interesting. This has recently happened. So 25 seconds to read and 30 seconds to answer. So those who leave the class, please let me know. Maintain the decorum of the class. Don't leave in between. Good morning, Suman. No, you're not very late because we're just on second question. So don't worry. Okay? All right. Your time will start in next 5 seconds. Good morning, Aditya. You didn't come to the evening class yesterday. What happened? Okay. So all the answers I got are incorrect actually. Guys, read the question properly. Read option number 3 again. Everybody, read option number 3. Nope. The correct answer is option number D. None of these statements are correct. So read option number 3 again. And that will tell you why C is not correct. No, Nandu, not A. A is also not correct. Read option number 3. Why 3 is not correct? You'll get the answer. It is not Vishwas se Vivad. You're not doing trust to dispute. I have just changed the words here. It's Vivad se Vishwas scheme of 2020. Yes? That's why I keep telling, read the question carefully. Get into the habit. Oh, that's okay, Aditya. No, the IT department is correct. I have changed the order of the words in the scheme. Understood? That's why option number 3 is wrong. Rest all is okay with option number 3. But read the question carefully is what I want you to do. Alright. Second option is incorrect. So B can't be the answer because 30 to 20% is correct. But it is not 20% for the new manufacturing unit but 15%. These reforms were done in early 2019. Remember? Aditya, I want you guys to read. See, the best part about prelims examination is as much as you read, the chances of you doing the question correctly increases. It's a universal rule. Yes? Hi Aslam, late to the class? Okay. Then we talk about the CBDT. So, yes, Prime Minister Modi is supposed to launch transparent taxation for honoring the honest. It is not for effective return filing portal. This is not the name of the scheme. He'll be launching it today itself. So transparent taxation for honoring the honest. It is for those people who have been paying taxes on time. So recently when Pradhan Mantri Modi was addressing the nation, he called all the honest taxpayers as nation builders. So this portal is an addition to the direct tax reforms and it will easy the journey of the taxpayers. So transparent taxation for honoring the honest. However, no detailed guidelines have come as to what this portal is entirely about, right? Yesterday's news. So it was on Thursday. It's on Thursday, not last night study time. It is being done today. It will be launched today, not yesterday. All right. So 1 is incorrect, 2 is incorrect, and 3 is also incorrect. Okay. Honoring the honest. Yes. So it means we will be honoring or we will be showing our respect towards the honest taxpayers. Understood? Let's move on to the next question. This is on the News on AIR platform, so you can go and read it. It's there, News on AIR. It's a very good way to actually follow the entire news. Okay, so let's move on. Question number 3. 25 seconds to read and 30 seconds to answer. Understood? Study time, can you please tell me your name, because it's very annoying to call you study time all the time. Another 5 seconds and I will start your time. I'll have to have some water. Okay, your time starts now. Okay, Gurpreet has answered me. Incorrect ones. Read properly. Read properly, read properly. No, it's actually D. Varun, late to the class? Folks, it's D. 2 and 3 both are wrong. I told you, read again. Why would Indira Gandhi be involved in Khel Abhiyan? Rajiv Gandhi. She was too old to go around and play games, yaar. Come on. Yes? Thanks, Narendra. I got your name now. So, it's Indira Gandhi. It's not Indira Gandhi. It's Rajiv Gandhi Khel Abhiyan, Urban Sports Infrastructure Scheme, and National Sports Talent Search Scheme. So, all these three have been combined to form the Khelo India scheme. Why I have been talking about it, I will let you know, because recently our sports minister chaired the first general council of the Khelo India scheme and he made some announcements there. So the next question will be a part of that announcement. But I wanted you to know the Khelo India scheme in a little bit more detail, because it's an excellent scheme for sports. You will be grooming Olympic athletes for 8 years, and we will be preparing Olympic athletes for 2028 Olympics. Understood? So the correct answer is D. Why? Because option 2 is wrong. So definitely A cannot be the answer. Alright. Now, and I've asked the incorrect options. Now let's look at option number 1. Option number 1 is actually correct. Yes, this scheme was launched in 2017 by the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports. Option number 3 is incorrect, because no, only 4 games have been conducted under the aegis of Khelo India at various levels. So there have been 1 school games, 2 youth games, and 1 university games recently concluded in Odisha, which was won by the Punjab University. Agreed? Everybody? Understood? So, the 4 games that have happened so far and recently 2020 are Khelo India Youth Games Assam, Guwahati mein this happened. So, Nabanita must be knowing it. Yes, Aslam, I will discuss the entire program. And the first Khelo India University Games happened in Odisha, concluded recently. Youth Games happened in Maharashtra. So, it was the second edition of Youth Games in 2020. And the first school games happened in Delhi. Now, if you want to read more about it, it is given on the Ministry of Youth and Sports Affairs websites. This is the link, but I'll just talk about it a little bit more in detail after this thing. So, Khelo India program has been divided into 12 verticals: developing the fields, community coaching development, state level Khelo India centers will be there to develop sports at the state level, annual sports competition on the lines of the Gujarat model, which is also called the Khel Kumbh. So this entire program of Khelo India Khelo scheme is based on the Gujarat model of Khel Kumbh, in which there used to be an annual competition in which people used to participate in 27 disciplines from all around the world. Yes? And there is talent search and development, utilization of sports infrastructure, support to national, regional, state sports academics, physical fitness of children in schools. So school children are also included, women are included, promotion of sports amongst people with disabilities, sports for peace and development, and promotion of rural, indigenous, tribal games. So basically, we are encompassing the entire dimension of sports on various arenas, and we are encompassing everybody. We are not leaving out either the women or the children or the disabled. Everybody is included in this one. So that's why these are the 12 verticals. If you want, keep an image of this with you, attach it somewhere so that you remember if you have to write about this program. All right. Let's come to the fourth question. I will give you 20 seconds to read and 30 seconds to answer. All right. Time starts now. Okay. So who's giving me correct answers now? Actually, option number A is incorrect. So 1 and 3 is not the correct one. It's actually 2 and 3 are correct. So option number D is correct. Everybody, option number D is correct. Actually, 1 is not correct because this was the thing, it was in news on 4th of August or 3rd of August when it was Sunil Chhetri, one of India's very decorated footballers' birthday. So our sports minister announced that we will have a very specific initiative for Indian football. So we'll have an aggressive talent hunt, and in which we will set up 5 zones: northeast, west, south and northeast, and uh, we will go ahead to find children for football. So this entire initiative, zone wise talent hunt initiative, is actually for football and not for Olympics. So that's why option number 1 is incorrect, and it's a one of its kind initiative, so it was very much in news. That's why you should have been knowing it. So 1 is incorrect, 2 is correct, 3 is correct also. Yes, the Khelo India scheme is entirely a centrally funded scheme. 100% fund comes from the central government. The states only provide land and other infrastructure which the central government requires. You got it correct? Very good, Sujit. Very good. Extremely happy. Very good. I think people have left the class because they're finding it too difficult. Okay. So what I want you guys to know is, first thing, this entire scheme is built on Gujarat's model of Khel Mahakumbh. All right. The second thing I want you to know is a couple of important features that it has. So they will be grooming approximately 1000 young talented athletes, and they will be providing a 5 lakh worth of scholarship for 8 consecutive years till 2028 to groom athletes for 2028 Olympics. Also, they will be promoting 20 universities sports and other initiatives. And most importantly, the program will cover approximately 200 million children in the very formative years under the massive national physical fitness drive. And this program is basically sports for all as well as sports for excellence. So these are some of the important features of the program. What you can do is you can keep the snapshots of these slides, respective slides, and attach it. That should be enough for the Khelo India scheme. Sorry, Aditya central ही funded कर रहा है. It's only funded by central government only. 100% centrally funded scheme. Understood? It is not being funded by the state governments. Usually there is a distribution of funding, but this is 100% centrally funded scheme. Let's come to question number 5. This everybody should get correct because it's an easy one. So 20 seconds to read it and 30 seconds to answer. Aditya, is your doubt solved? And your time starts Now. No, Aditya, there's no central zone, na? Everything is covered. Northeast, southwest covers everything, even the central wala states. They will be covering in the north one. Some in the north, some in the east. So they'll be covering it that ways. The details of the scheme are not out yet. It has been announced just. Okay. Very good, Gurpreet. I got my first correct answer. Actually, I got my first incorrect answer. Gurpreet, did you read? It says incorrect. Yes. So my first correct answer comes from Afreen. She read this word. 2 is incorrect. A is correct. All right. So help accelerate the entrepreneurial journey of the young innovators in creating a new innovative India. So A is a very generic statement. So A is correct. 2 is incorrect because this is an initiative of the Niti Aayog and not the Ministry of HRD. Yes. So Naveen, C is not correct. All right. B is correct. B is the correct answer because I am asking incorrect options. Understood? Everybody? Yes, B only. So this was recently launched yesterday itself. So Niti Aayog along with Atal Innovation Mission. Do you guys remember Atal Innovation Mission? I discussed the Arise program. I also discussed other things with the Atal Innovation program. There are 6 or 7 initiatives under the Atal Innovation program. And they also started something for these startups recently, so it has been in news for a while. So now the Dell people will actually be hand holding the students to launch whatever new things that they have found out. They will help them with the intellectual property registration and patenting of the ideas. So SEP 2.0 or student entrepreneur program, this is part 2 or the second edition. The first edition began in January 2019, and in 10 months, top 6 teams emerged as a part of the Atal Tinkering Labs mission, which we already discussed in the previous YouTube session, where they identified certain community challenges and created grassroots innovations, and they were helped by the then volunteers when the government had partnership with somebody else. So they helped them actually gain the end user feedback, test their products, and finally launch their products in the market. So one part has already been done. Now the second part is being done. Yes, Aditya. Okay. Okay, Suman. B is correct. B is correct. Now everybody got B. Abhijit, yes, B is correct. Gayatri, it's B. And Supriya, it's B. It's not C. Alright? Rest, all of you have answered it correctly. Ridhva and Suman, it is B. Narendra, it's B. Rangesh, it's B. Okay, now we'll start with the quick 10. ठीक है? आज थोड़ा difficult रहेगा. You have to read the question carefully. ठीक है? Everybody, if you make mistakes, you learn more because now you will learn to read the question correctly. If you want to pass prelims, please learn to read the question correctly. Your question has all the answers. All right, so we'll proceed. 15 seconds to read and 30 seconds to answer. This is very easy. No trap here. Go ahead. Everybody should get this correct. It was recently announced. And the answer is in the question itself. So read it again and you'll get it correct. Okay, yes. So I got my correct answers. Nandu and Supriya both are correct. It's option 2 only. As I said, the answer is in the question only. Whenever we talk about one sun, one world, one grid, it seems like China, but it is actually an Indian initiative. All right. So recently, actually seeing the problems with the entire initiative, why this entire thing was in news. So most of you got it correct. Aditya, it's not D. It's actually B. 2 only is correct. Second part is correct. It is being developed by World Bank's assistance. So Kaveri, good to see you, but you're late to the class. Joel, how are you finding the classes? And Hej Sumpi, I'm seeing you for the first time in my class. And Neelkant is also there for the first time in my class. So all the new joiners, you're a little late. The class starts at 11 a.m. So be on time. All right. Talking about it, this entire thing was in news because when the entire International Solar Alliance meeting was going on and the government has a major push on the renewable energy part. So when this scheme came around, one sun, one world, one grid, to actually interlink all the international nations into one initiative to transmit electricity or to generate solar power, the dispute against it was that, see, in the world where we want to have more localization of electricity to reduce the transmission losses or attenuation losses, why would we want to interlink the world in a macro grid for electricity? Why not generate electricity locally? So the government then actually thought about it again and they were like, yeah, the entire expert or think tanks are actually right. See, economies of scale work when you're trying to build highways or when you're trying to do something else. When you're trying to do a trade. But when it comes to power, it does not have economies of scale. The more the macro grid is there, the more is the power losses. So what better way is to actually do? So instead of relying completely on sun, why not develop more things that can be done by using batteries or storing power locally? So then right now it was in news because now the government has put the entire proposal on hold. Otherwise, they were asking for people to actually bid for it. In fact, connected to that is, if you've read today's newspaper, seeing governments push on solar power and other things, a lot of companies are actually bidding. Domestic companies are actually bidding for renewable power. Prominent among them being One Solar from US, sorry, First Solar from US, Renew Power that's based out of Gurgaon, and one more company based out of Kolkata. All of them have started bidding for domestic uses of solar power. Understood? So that's why this was entire thing in news. Now the government has actually put it on hold. So the correct answer is B. I have here also put some other things here. I have briefly explained you the problems with this scheme. That's why the government decided to actually hold the scheme. So you can take a snapshot of it or you can read it later when you watch the video. But you will understand why the scheme actually failed. Okay. So the idea of this question was, despite something looking good on the outer side, it might have certain pitfalls which is not easily visible. So that's the whole idea about this question. Let's move on to this. This is a very famous scheme, question number 7. So 15 seconds to read and 30 seconds to answer. All right. So all those who enter new to my class, just introduce yourselves once you come inside so that I'll know that you are in the class. Okay. You don't need to note down the solutions, Narendra. Just listen when I'm talking. Understand the concept. If you understand the concept, you will never need to revise anything. Okay? That's how I do everything because there's so much to learn. So relax, enjoy the session, understand the concept. If still you feel that you need to make notes, you're very welcome to make the notes. All right? Okay. So, yes, most of you got it correct. No, Aslam, it's not D. Aslam, what has happened? Stop studying. It's actually C. So Nandu, Naveen, Suman, Sujit, Kaveri, Matthew, you're new to my class. Nice to see you here. All of you got it correct. It's 2 and 3. This initiative or this scheme has been actually launched by Ministry of Urban Affairs, all right, and not Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. And what is PM Swanidhi scheme? PM Swanidhi scheme is PM Street Vendor Atmanidhi scheme, all right. So this was announced in the Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan. That's why I included it here. They said we will provide 10,000 loan, working or operating capital loan to about 50 lakh street vendors in the urban areas or the peri-urban or rural areas, so that they can sail through the difficulties that has been posed by the COVID-19 situation. And if these people, this entire scheme is actually to promote digital payment amongst these street vendors and to bring them under the ambit of digital payment. So if they pay on time and if they use digital modes of payment to pay back their loans, they get an interest subsidy. They also get cashbacks up to 1200 back, like we get on Paytm, and they're eligible for the next tranche of loan. So you get it easily then. Yes, it is C, Abhijit. C is the correct answer. Varun, which is your answer, D or E? Because the E option doesn't exist. So Foodway, can I please know your name? Yes, Aditya. Street vendors, Atmanidhi scheme, not Atmanirbhar Nidhi scheme, Atmanidhi scheme. Atmanidhi scheme, all right, not Atmanirbhar, Atmanidhi scheme. Yes, they have given the ID cards. Chalo, so coming about it, why was this entire thing in news? Because within like 1.5 months of actually launching this scheme, almost 1 lakh loans have already been sanctioned under this scheme of 10,000 rupees each, and the government has received almost 5 lakh applications. So when this scheme was actually launched or announced, people were a lot against. They were like, what will happen in 10,000 rupees? Why would somebody want to borrow just 10,000 rupees? But given the success of this scheme, I think this scheme is actually working. And under this, bank has brought all the types of various banks under its ambit. So there are NBFCs which are giving loans. There are MFIs or microfinance institutions which are giving loans, in addition to the scheduled commercial banks or the commercial banks which are giving loans. So everybody is here. But the major intent of this scheme is actually to bring these street vendors under the digital payment scheme. So that will bring in a lot more transparency and a lot more trail of the entire money passing the hands. So that way this scheme will prove to be very, very useful. Yes, Foodway. Can I please know your name, Foodway? Foodway doesn't sound that good. This one is an easy one, question number 8. So 15 seconds to read and 30 seconds to answer. Yes, Varun, C is correct. वरुण को बहुत रेट रियलाइजेशन होता है कि जिंदगी में चल क्या रहा है आखिर. क्यों वरुण? Right, Varun? Okay, Mohit. You're the same Mohit who came yesterday, or you are a different Mohit? There was some Mohit Kumar in my class day before yesterday. Okay, most of you got it correct. Aslam, why are you getting incorrect answers now? What happened? So Rangesh, Suman got it correct. Aslam, Naveen and Abhijit, incorrect. D is not the answer. All right. Actually, Bodo, yes, it is the only tribal language that is listed in the 8th schedule. This is actually correct. So option A is correct. Bodo language is only spoken in Assam. That is incorrect. All right. So option A is actually correct. And option B or option D is not correct. All right. Oh, you're from this community. Nice to know that. So where are you from? Assam or West Bengal? Matthew, where are you from? So as of census 2011, there are 1.5 million speakers from the Bodo language, and it is there in the 8th schedule of the constitution. So it is majorly spoken in Assam, where there is 5 to 6% of the population. And yes, Foodway, it's option number A actually. कहाँ पे है भाई संथली? I'll have to check that, because it's not just tribal language. So I'll have to check that, Aditya. I'm not too sure about it. All right. I'll check your doubt. Maybe I should reconsider it. I will definitely check it. Okay. Nice to know, Matthew. You're from Assam. So, and other places where Bodo is spoken is Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Meghalaya, and West Bengal. So, West Bengal I already knew because I have been to West Bengal, and there was this national Bodoland movement going on at that point of time. So, I remember this. So, these are the languages, the 22 languages which are there. Yes, I saw that, Aditya, the Santhali one, right? Bihar. I'll just check, Nandu and Aditya, I'll check it. Maybe if I'm wrong, then I'll do this correct. All right? Not a problem, Aditya. So maybe I'll discuss it in today's session in the Unacademy one, or I'll discuss it in day after tomorrow's YouTube session. So I'll address your query. Okay? Does that work? All right. So let's move on to the next one. Again, this is a very easy one. So you should be knowing it. So your time starts now. I'm not stopping for this one. Yes, Suman, you're right actually. So I'll check it. In fact, there was this Santhal rebellion, which was a tribal rebellion. So this should actually be, maybe you guys are correct. Maybe I did it incorrectly. So I'll check it again. But give me some time to check it. Santhali spoken in Bihar and Jharkhand, Mohit. These guys are right actually. God, why am I having an allergy in my eyes? Okay. So 9, no Aslam, it's not C, it's actually only B. It is not a tributary of the Satluj river, it is a tributary of the Ravi river. And it was in news because post the Pulwama attacks, India decided that they will actually completely start utilizing their share of the water. So they have given a go ahead to all the hydropower projects and decided to completely use their share of water of the Indus, and make sure that no water actually goes to Pakistan, to completely choke it out of water. So I discussed this in my India-Pakistan series on IR. So if you attended that, you would have remembered this because I talked about the Uj River hydropower project. So only option number 2 is correct. So answer is B. Yes, all of you, the answer is B. Narendra, the answer is B. Aditya answered it correctly. Gayatri and Naveen, the answer is B. All right. So let's see about it. So this is your Ravi River. All right, here. And this place on the Ravi River is the Uj multi-purpose project. The river is actually in the Kathua district of J&K. So it's very close to the India-Pakistan border. And it's a very small river, approximately 65 kilometers in length. All right, and approximately 1.2 kilometers wide. So very, very small river in the Kathua district of J&K, and it originates in the Pir Panjal range. Is that okay? All right, let's move on to the next question. So this again is very, very easy. It was there in news in February 2020 when the US president was supposed to be visiting us. So your time starts now. Now I've already given the answer. Oh God. Now everybody knows what the answer is. Yes, Nandu, you're correct. Everybody should be correct here now. Yes, everybody is right. It's actually USA. So let's see what this air defense system is all about. So US actually approved the sale of integrated air defense weapon system to India. Now, as a part of the integrated air defense weapon system, we get rocket launchers, we get radars, we get guidance systems and missiles. Now, what is this NASAMS? So NASAMS is National Advanced Surface to Air Missile System. All right. So it is an integrated air missile defense system, and it is being currently there in Washington DC. Now, talking about it, they decided to actually sell it to India. Let's actually look at the range of missiles. Do you guys remember the range of missiles? So there you have the range of ballistic missiles. Yes, Naveen, that's funny, I know, because I already gave the answer, so everybody got it correct. Now, for the short range, it is less than 1000 kilometers. Why am I talking about this? Because the missile that is coming to us is medium range missile. So it will be between 1000 to 3000 kilometers. Yeah, Aditya, I know why I shouldn't have told about the February thing. I just forgot that I still have to discuss the answers. Intermediate range is between 3000 to 550, 500, and ICBM is greater than 5500. So now we have the ICBM capability along with China also. All right. So the short and medium range ballistic missiles are known as theater ballistic missiles. They are used under various different commands or different theaters like water use only, land use only, so like that. And ICBMs are strategic ballistic missiles. Why strategic? Because of their huge range. You can actually go and attack on another continent. So that's why the entire North Korea issue was also in highlight. So let's actually redo the entire range. So short range is less than 1000, medium range is 1000 to 3000, intermediate range is 3000 to 5500, and anything greater than 5500 is ICBM. Clear? Yes, you're right, Narendra. We are taking the integrated weapon defense system or the missile defense system from wherever we can. In fact, after the Chinese standoffs, various Chinese standoffs, we are on a spree to actually get all these systems put together in India. Okay, question number 11, very easy. So your time starts now. Actually, there's no electricity at my place and I'm sweating and I'm feeling bad because I can see very dark photo of me appearing on the screen. So it's very depressing for me too. I know it must be depressing for you too, but I really can't help it. The entire area's electricity is off. So any answers till now? It's a very easy one. Yes, Nandu, you are correct. It's actually resources raised by the PSUs through loans and equity. Basically, from where will you get the money? Obviously, you will then go and squeeze your PSUs. So all the extra budgetary resources or the internal resources that you have got, that actually comes from the profits that the PSUs make. So they are used to buy other state-owned entities, or their profit is transferred by the means of RBI directly to the government. It was also in news. Yes. So IBER, why was it in news? Because in the recent budget, the 2020 budget, there was a spike which was measured. Sorry, not in the recent budget, in the 2019-20 financial year, there was a 17% increase in off-budget borrowings. That means we really squeezed our PSUs too hard. So they are trying that for the 2020 budget, there should be a dip in the complete IBER. But given the current circumstances when the government is already cash strapped, I don't see the off-budget borrowings actually going down. They should rather be going up. So that's not a very healthy thing to do. That's why this entire question related to economics becomes important. All right. So all those who have answered A, C or D, it is not correct. The entire thing is funded by the PSUs. All the extra budgetary resources you do by squeezing the PSUs. And we are also, that is the reason we are under this program only we are trying to sell the Air India. So we already discussed the disinvestment plan of Air India in one of our YouTube sessions earlier. So those who don't know about it, please go and visit all the YouTube sessions, right? There are 11 of them as of now. So I've done 20 questions in each. So that should be easy for you. Sumpi, Hage Sumpi, I think that's your name. So it's not A, it's actually B. All right. Narendra, it's A. Rangesh, it's A. Suman, it's A. Suman, why did you get it wrong? And Gurpreet, you also got it wrong. Kyun bhai? Matthew also got it wrong. Okay, question number 12. Again, very easy, but there is a trap, so beware. 15 seconds to read and 30 seconds to answer. Confused. Suman, don't be sorry. I'm glad that you come to the class every day. You're very regular. And those who are regular, they are unbeatable. So don't worry. You'll do well. Okay. Everybody got the trap? Very good. Yes. Actually, option number B is correct. Option number 2 is incorrect because they are not critically endangered. They are only endangered under the IUCN Red List. So yes, Indian elephants are a subspecies of Asian elephants and they are the majority of the remaining on the continent. That means all the other elephants, especially the Thai elephants or the white elephants, are a rare sight now. They are not as wonderfully conserved as we have done them in India. And Project Elephant, yes, it is a centrally sponsored scheme to address the issue of man-animal conflict. Do you guys remember there was a recent elephant which got electrocuted and it was completely in news all over the place? Yes? So in Project Elephant, we also do captive breeding of elephants. So both 1 and 3 are correct. Option 2 is incorrect because it's not critically endangered, it is endangered under the IUCN list. Option A is correct, Abhijit. Sorry, not option A is correct, option B is correct. What happened, Narendra? Any problems? Okay, you marked option C. All right. So that's why I said read the questions correctly. Okay. Chalo. And Project Elephant was started in 1992. Okay. And why was this entire thing in news? Because 12th of August, somebody mentioned in my yesterday's class on Unacademy that 12th of August is actually the World Elephant Day. All right. It's okay, Suman. Watch the recorded lectures. They're available on the Unacademy website because we really do some good questions there and I don't want you to miss out on that. And the poll will appear on your screens. Even in the video recorded lecture, the polls will be there so you can answer the questions. Alright? Okay, let's move on to question number 13. 15 seconds to read and 30 to answer. Another one on India's external debt and we should be knowing about it. So easy one for you. And another 5 seconds, I'll start the timer. Great, Suman. I know watching a recorded lecture is not as much fun, at least when it comes to questions, but if you can't attend, that's the only way we are left to do it. But I'm glad you were able to come to the morning session, so that's a nice thing. Okay, so Gurpreet has answered to me. It's option B. Is that what you're saying? No, Gurpreet, it's actually not option B. It's actually option number C. Aslam, Afreen, Gurpreet and Narendra. It's option number C. 1, 2 and 3 are correct. So multilateral debt by international finance institutions, no. Commercial borrowings for purpose of business is actually the largest component of external debt we have with us. The other 3 debtors are union government, state government or citizens of India is correct. Long-term borrowings, yes. So borrowings which have a tenure of greater than 1 year repayment dominate India's external debt. That is true. Approximately 90% of our external debt is long-term borrowing, so that's a good thing. Third, the largest of India's external debt is in the United States dollar. That is also correct. So 1, 2 and 3 are correct. Fourth is incorrect. The commercial borrowings actually dominate our largest component of external debt. So nobody got it correct. Only Nandu got it correct. Okay, coming back here. Let's see what is the percentage. So commercial borrowings have approximately 40% of our debt. Then we have the NRI deposits, all right, the remittances or the deposits that they send back. This is 23.6% or 24%. And then the trade credit, which is short term. So that is approximately 18%. right? Now let's come to question number 14. ये बहुत interesting है, बहुत मजा आएगा. So let's do it. Acha folks, I wanted a feedback. I think I removed the timer from here, so now you can't see the timer. So let's do it without the timer. I think I removed it by mistake. So you have your time and you can please answer me. I'll start the 30 seconds now. I'm counting it on my watch. All right. So I'll keep telling you how many seconds you have left. So another 15 seconds, folks, and then we'll discuss this. Interesting one. Aasan hai. Very good. Okay. So another 5 seconds and your time's up. So I already got my correct answers. Naveen, Nandu, Suman, Sujit. All of you are correct. Yes, it's option number C. Okay. So NH5 is yes. Kolkata to Chennai. Okay. NH7 is Varanasi to Kanyakumari. Yes. NH8 is Delhi to Mumbai. I have traversed across this a lot of times. In fact, I've been to Mumbai through this channel only, and I've driven all the way to Mumbai from Jaipur. Then you have NH10, Delhi to Fazika. Does this ring a bell? Because it is actually linked to the Tapi pipeline. Tapi pipeline ends in India at Fazilika, which is in Fazika, which is in Punjab, which is at the Punjab border. Do you guys remember? So Matthew and Kaveri also got it correct. Aslam, it's not B, it's C. Venkat Rao, you're correct. Varun, incorrect. Folks, I'm not getting everybody to answer it. There are 20 people in my class. All the 20 should answer. Nobody is skipping any answers. If you don't do it, if you don't make mistakes, you will never learn. Make as many mistakes as you can. This is not a prelims examination. This is just a mock test. So you're here to make as much mistakes. It's your hometown, then you must be knowing Fazilka. Yes, Gurpreet. Fourth is C. It's actually Thane to Chennai. So we'll see all of these on the map. Now, can you guys see the map properly? So then you will tell me which is what. Which one is what? So first tell me which is NH5. This one, orange one, is NH5. Yes. It starts from Kolkata, somewhere near Kolkata, and ends in Chennai, here in Tamil Nadu. And it moves across the entire eastern coast. Yes? Now, let's discuss NH7. So, it starts in Varanasi in Uttar Pradesh and it goes through the entire length of India to Kanyakumari, one of the longest highways that we have. Agreed? Yes, pink is NH4. Very good, Venkat. He is so enthusiastic. Guys, be more enthusiastic like him. And which one is this? The green one is NH8. Alright. And this is which one? NH10. The one in Gurpreet's hometown. Connecting Delhi to Fazilka. Agreed? Everybody? Great. Let's move on to the next question. I wanted to show it to you on the map. So last question of the quick 10. Alright. Another question. Black one is NH7, Nandu. This one is NH7. NH7. Okay. So let's move on to this one. and your time starts now. It's a very easy one, so ये सबका हो जाना चाहिए. Very intuitive, so I'll teach you how to do it. Venkat, do you live in the area of NH4 by any chance? Because you were very quick to answer NH4. Okay, Gurpreet has already answered it C. No, it is not C. C is not the correct answer. Anybody else? Actually, see, the structure of our external debt doesn't change much. So, in the decreasing order, it's actually A. The correct answer is A. In the decreasing order. That means maximum to minimum. So, the correct answer is A. The maximum or debt that we have, external debt. So, first it is dollar denominated debt. The second is rupee denominated debt. The third is of course yen, because we take a lot of loan from Japan. The fourth is SDR, because we interact a lot with IMF also. And the fifth one is euro. Alright. So the correct answer is A here. Alright. Then you must be knowing about it, Venkat. So as of now, nobody got this one correct. So let's see what it is about. So this entire external debt report is actually released quarterly. The first one, the other one was released in September 19, and the last or the latest one, which is available on the Ministry of External Affairs website, is of December 19. So this thing of order of the debt that we have actually remains more or less similar. So it is dominated by US dollar, followed by INR, then yen, then SDR from IMF, and then the euro. So that's the correct order. Understood? Any doubts here? Now guys, we'll move on to our last session of the day, the rapid fire round. Okay, so here the rules are very simple: top 3 and the fastest 3. All right, you know that already. So those who answered questions correctly and in the least amount of time, they have to feature in the top 3 in the next 5 questions. So whoever features the maximum times in the next 5 questions wins this competition. Okay, so top 3, fastest 3. Should we begin? All right, first question. ये वाला बहुत आसान है. This is extremely easy. Yes. So who's answering me? We'll do every question for 15 seconds only now, because this is the rapid fire round. So answer as soon as you can. So I got my first 3 or top 3. That's Gurpreet, Aslam and Gayatri. Yes, it is option number B which is correct. Most of you will get it correct. So most of you revise the chart that I gave you. Oh my god, then I have to undo the option number 3. Sorry, D. So coming here, my top 3 are Gurpreet, Aslam and Gayatri. So let's see what it is. Part 1 is the union and its territory. Part 2 is citizenship, or you can remember it by the CAA. Part 3, everybody knows, fundamental rights. Part 4, DPSP. And part 5, the union, or when we talk about the union government. Alright, so everybody got it correct. Very good. So I'll write down the names of the top 3 here. It's Gurpreet, Aslam and Gayatri. I think Aslam, you have a fair chance today to actually win the top 3 in this one. Let's move on. Question number 17 again, but now different parts. So your time starts now. Answer as soon as possible. Naveen, it was not option number D, it was option number Okay, I get the joke here. All right, Naveen. You haven't read the chart I gave you. Good. Ranjit, you new to my class? DPSP is Directive Principles of State Policy, Varun. So they are under part 4. Yes? I will explain the entire chart, Varun. Don't worry. AP, please what? DPSP is Directive Principles of State Policy. What is the problem, Varun? Can you please write a complete sentence? I will understand. So give me the correct answers, folks. Afreen is D. Ma'am, I did not revise. Okay, guys. Now I'm getting these answers also. Great. Naveen knows this one. Okay. So I have got only one correct answer up till now. Actually, I got two correct answers now. So let me see. Naveen and Narendra, you both are correct. All those who are marking option number D, we'll do a revision session for you guys. So I have got only two correct as of now. Yes, it's option C. So let's see. Okay, Varun, you were not knowing DPSP, but this is like, this is the 101 of polity. DPSP, everybody knows, Directive Principles of State Policy. And even if you didn't know DPSP, you could have marked the other one. So what was left was DPSP only. So that ways you could have done it, right? So now I got my top 3 here. So my top 3 here are Naveen and okay, Naveen, and I have Narendra and Sujit as my top 3. Now let's see what is it like. So part 4A, everybody knows, is correctly matched. Yes. So that means it can be either option A or option C, fundamental duties. Let's see part 6. Now if you remember, part 5 is about the union. So definitely part 6 has to be a subset of part 5. That means part 6 will be about the states. So that's an easy way to remember it. So that automatically cancels your option number A and your option number C becomes the answer because there is no matching other ways. So part 6 is for the states. Part 10 is for the scheduled and the tribal areas. Alright. Part 8, alright, is for your union territories. Now, how do you remember it? Because part 7 of the constitution has been repealed. So after the union you have discussed in part 5 and states you have discussed in part 6 and part 7 is repealed. So part 8 will be about the remaining territories of India. That will be the UT. So that's the way to remember it. So part A is about the UTs and part 9 we all know panchayats and part 9A is about the municipalities or the urban area municipal corporations. Understood? Or the urban corporations. So option number C is the correct. Yes, Varun, you also answered it correctly, but you answered it a little late. So till Sujit, my top 3 were already done. Okay. What happened, Sujit? Any doubts? You retracted your message. So Priya, Abhijit, you also did it correctly. Aslam, we need to work on this. Okay. So let's move on to question number 80. Another question. So today we'll actually revise the entire Politica parts. Now you will not do it incorrectly because I will teach you how to remember it. So your time starts now and let's begin answering. Okay, no doubt, Sujit? Great. So Sujit, how many have you got correct so far? Did you keep the count? And Supriya, how many did you get correct? Aslam, what about you? And Suman, what about you? Abhijit, are you enjoying the session? Varun, all right, not a problem. If it is showing yours above, we'll take that. Okay? Okay. So, all right. So I already got my top 3. Aslam, Supriya and Naveen. Yes, option A is actually correct. Because your part 11 is about relations between the union and the states. See, we did part 9, which is about panchayats, because they are still a smaller form of the UTs and the states. So we are progressing from part 5 union, 6 states, 7 has been repealed, 8 UTs, 9 panchayats, 9A municipalities. So definitely part 10 we already did. Now part 11 will be what is remaining, the relations between the union and the states. When we have discussed everything, now we really need to discuss how these things are relating to each other. Okay, so part 11 is B. Part 12 is finance, property and contracts and suits. We have discussed this many times on the YouTube sessions. All right. Part 13, since part 12 covers some part of finance, part 13 covers the remaining part of finance or trade and commerce. And part 14 is services under the union and the states, which services the union and the states provides, or the various services that are there. Part 15 is about the elections. So part 15 is correctly matched. So the services under the union and the states means the all India services. That's what we are talking about, right? The all India services or the state services. That's what part 14 is all about. Great, great, Sujit. You are on number 3 of the correct ones. Folks, I'll tell you something. So I will go by what my chat is showing me, because that's what I can see. Okay, so apologies for that. We don't have a leaderboard here, but I'll go what this entire thing is seeing. So as of now, I see Aslam, Supriya and Naveen answering it first. Okay. Abhijit, don't ask me, answer me. Okay? It's option number A. Okay? Chalo. Great, Suman. If out of 18 only 4 are incorrect, I'm very happy with your performance. Sujit, you guys are also seeing Gurpreet, because I am seeing Supriya. Okay, Supriya is all right, all right. I'm sorry, my bad. I saw Supriya's as A. So yes, it's Gurpreet. Thank you, Sujit, and thank you, Gurpreet. I just saw it incorrectly. My bad. Extremely sorry, Gurpreet. I did not know that Supriya had answered B. Okay. Corrected, corrected. Good afternoon, Deepesh. Late to the class. Yes, yes, Sujit. I just saw it. I just saw it. Sorry, my bad. Okay? Let's move on. We'll discuss this question because the 20th question is again about the paths. So let's do something different. Question number 19 on your screens, and the time starts now. Yes, Supriya, I got it wrong. I got it. It's okay, it's okay. Doesn't matter. Let's move on to question number 19. Deepesh, from now on, come to the class on time. It starts at 11 a.m. It doesn't start at 12:30. So who's answering me? Okay. So I think I already got my top 3. Nandu, Gurpreet and Shantini. 19th A option is correct. Nandu, Gurpreet and Shantini. Okay. So, let's see this. Yes, option number A is actually correct. Aslam, it's not option number C. Read this again. Aslam, if you marked C, read option number 2 again. Don't be like Adarsh. You are staying too much on friendly terms with Adarsh and you're getting it all wrong. So, read option number 2 again, Aslam, and then tell me what is wrong with that. Venkat, read option number 2 again. That means the point number 2 again. You will get your problem where the problem is. Deepesh, read it again. You are here too. Yes, Afreen, I know you are here. So, Afreen, yours was the 4th one that was answered. The first correct answer was Nandu. The second was Gurpreet. Shantini was the 3rd one. And then your name appears 4th on my screen. Is that okay? Hage Sumpi is like, I don't really give a damn about it. I will take my own sweet time and I will answer when I feel like answering. Okay, so option number 2 is incorrect because no. Consisting of all members of both the houses? No, this is incorrect. Only the elected members of both the houses and the legislative assemblies. Yes, single transferable vote, no. But Aslam, that is not wrong. What is wrong is that it is not the all members of both the houses. It is only the elected member of both the houses. So only option number 1 is correct. And hence the correct answer is A. Got it, Aslam? Yes, Varun, you're 5th. ठीक है? चलो. Last question of the day. ठीक है? So best of luck and let's have the answers. चलो चलो quickly answer करो. Let me have the answers. Yes, Deepesh. Nominated members' votes are not counted. It is only the elected members' votes are counted. Understood? Because the president themselves nominates it. Okay. So, no. The correct answer is... Let me see what the correct answer is. The correct answer is option number A. Alright. So, let me see who has answered it correctly. Naveen got it correct, Santini got it correct, and Afreen got it correct. So, my top 3 are Naveen, Santini, and Afreen. Gayatri and Ganga, you guys also got it correct, but these were the top 3. So, Naveen, Shantini, you've performed really well today. Very happy. And Afreen, you are one of my brightest students. So, let's see what is this about. So, part 16 is about special provisions related to certain classes. Sorry for this mistake. Part 17 we have already discussed numerous times and I need to go and check if Bodo is the only tribal language that we have or Santhali should be also given the tribal status. Part 18 everybody should know is the emergency provisions, right? If you know that part 18 is for emergency provisions, you will never have given me option number B. Okay? And if you know that option number 2 or is languages, that means automatically option number A would have been correct. So you would have not given me even option number C. So just by knowing 2 of these, you could have given me the correct answers. Yes? You're welcome, Afreen. Ranjit, you're also correct. Then amendment to the constitution. So let's check. This is part 20 only. Article 368. Everybody knows that? And part 19 is for the miscellaneous. So after emergency, what is left after emergency? Nothing. Once you have discussed emergency, there's nothing more to discuss. So that's why uske alawa jo bhi bachta hai, whatever else is left has been put as miscellaneous under part number 19. Because part 18 is what? Part 18 is your emergency provision. That's why under part 19, it is all the miscellaneous things that have been put. Understood? It's 11 a.m. Deepesh and the class happens on alternate days. So you can also come in the evening session on Unacademy. It is 8:30 p.m. I take a similar session on the Unacademy platform. It is a special class, so free for all to join. Okay? You join my Telegram group or channel. I send the links there. And on YouTube, this session happens every alternate morning at 11 a.m. Okay? Okay, so let's look at this here. What are these articles? So this is the chart that I gave it to you. Okay? Everybody, you already have access to this chart. It was there in the Telegram group and channel link. So all of you can have a look at it. It's easier to remember it that ways. The other way to actually remember it is part 1 is about the entire of India. Part 2 is whoever lives in it, that means the citizens. Part 3, if the citizens live in it, then what are their rights? Part 4 is the DPSP. So they have rights, okay, but how should the governance function? So that's part 4. Now, if we have given certain DPSPs to the state, then the state citizens must also have some duties. So part 4A is about the duties. So Indian constitution makers only realized it at a very later date that okay, citizens must also have certain duties. So that's why we have part 5, part 4A. Part 5 is about the union. Varun, it's already there. Okay. Aslam, I saw your question. I'll just answer it. Thank you, Gurpreet. Deepesh, I'll share the link here only. Don't worry. I will share it here. So I'm just teaching you the way to remember it. Part 5, when you've talked about all of these, you will definitely talk about the union and then the states and then so on and so forth, which I already discussed with you. So coming here, let me announce the results. So for the 16th question, the top 3 were Gurpreet, Aslam and Gayatri. For 17th, it was Naveen, Narendra and Sujit. For the 18th, it was Aslam, Gurpreet and Naveen. And for the 19th, it was Nandu, Gurpreet and Shantani. And for the 20th, it was again Naveen, Shantani and Afreen. So it's actually a tie between Naveen and Gurpreet. Both have appeared for thrice in the top 5 and both have done equal questions wrong today. Even Gurpreet couldn't get them correct today. So Naveen and Gurpreet, you're welcome, Nandu. You both have done really well today. Okay? We couldn't have a common winner because both equally got a lot of questions incorrect because both fell into the trap together. But really, nicely done. All right. Aslam, can I take your question in today's evening class? Because my laptop battery is about to die. There's still no electricity here. So I'll take both these questions in today's session, the tribal one and the other one. Okay? You're welcome, Ganga. So the tribal question and your question of the Puducherry wala thingy, I'll take in the evening. Okay? So welcome guys. And Deepesh, this is my Telegram group link for current affairs. Okay? And this is my Telegram channel link for current affairs. So you can join whichever you choose to. I will also put it in the comment section so that you can directly get the link from there, or you ping me on Telegram. My name is Siddhi Bangard. I will add you to the group. Okay? Yes. Yes, Gurpreet, I'll be continuing here till your prelims happen. Alright, so we'll be here till prelims happen. Deepesh, actually join the Telegram channel link, or better still is that you ping me on Telegram. My name is Siddhi Bangar, so you will find me easily on Telegram. Ping me there. I will add you to the group. Okay? Chalo, Aslam, I'll take your query in the evening. Don't worry. And Aditya, I don't know if he's still here. I will address your tribal query also in the evening. Alright? Because the battery is about to die and I'll have to leave the session. So, Aslam, I'll tackle your query detail in the evening. Okay, Deepesh? Chalo. Thank you and have a wonderful day ahead. And I'll better charge my laptop now. So, okay, that was a bonus question. But we'll have to keep it for another day.